Hello, DRHA board members. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us and allow us to present our health promotion and risk prevention program aimed to increase physical activity of adolescents. Our program is entitled Fit Friends because it is a peer mentoring program designed to allow peers to teach and motivate each other. The authors and researchers for this pilot program include me, Danielle Scala, Carol Smith, Kelsey Hill, Almendra Payan Ruiz, and Sarah E. Whitehead Sherlock. This slide showcases the researchers' areas of expertise. I, Danielle, have had previous acute care experiences, but my most recent experience as a school nurse has allowed me to become an expert in adolescent health and school-based health programs. Carol is an experienced NICU charge nurse who collaborates regularly with interprofessionals to advocate and develop plans of care to improve health outcomes of her patients. Kelsey Hill has an expertise in emergency medicine, which has enabled her to become an expert in identifying community health problems. Sarah's experience with care coordination allowed her to provide an in-depth understanding of how to develop programs utilizing key community members. Our next presenter is Almendra, whose background in community nutrition gave her ample experience in the processes of developing successful health promotion courses for communities.
Our health promotion and risk reduction definition is aligned with the Desert Regional Health Alliance's vision and mission statement. It emphasizes an individual health within an environment by supporting the DRHA's vision of guiding the community towards healthy lifestyles and well-being, regardless of race, religion, gender, sexuality, and age. Our definition states that health promotion begins with an analysis of an individual's socioeconomic, cultural, and environmental situation, to then educate individuals about key concepts related to their health and wellness, as well as risk of disease, in alignment with the DRHA's mission statement about being regional leaders in education. Also, their mission is to lead in patient care, research, and innovation. This is included in our definition since those involved in health promotion, such as providers, individuals, families, leaders, and communities, collaborate to achieve disease prevention and risk reduction. The target population of our proposed program is adolescents between the ages of 12 and 17. According to Healthy People 2020, data obtained from 2013 to 2016 demonstrated that obesity among adolescents was at 20.6%, which increased 3.6 in only 10 years. Also, Healthy People states that only 27.1% of adolescents met the federal physical activity guidelines for both aerobic physical activity and muscle strengthening activity. And sadly, this number has decreased since 2011. During adolescence, biological, physical, psychosocial, and even academic changes occur. The statistics tell us that adolescents have sedentary lifestyles, while physical activity is beneficial to their health. Regular physical activity is recommended because it is associated with decreased risk of obesity, improved cardiometabolic and bone health, as well as enhanced psychological well-being. Physical activity is also recommended to promote a healthy weight because according to health education research, 77 to 92% of obese adolescents become obese adults, and thus promoting physical activity and a healthy weight during adolescence can enhance individuals' well-being in their adulthood as well. The Desert Regional Health Alliance provides healthcare services in the southwestern United States, where the records from the past 3 years indicate that obesity is on the rise. We selected this as a scenario because 34% of children and teenagers between the ages of 6 to 19 years old are at risk of overweight, while 15% of them are obese. It was also discovered that types and frequency of physical activity aren't routinely entered into individuals' medical records, even though research states that physical activity is associated with health and well-being. For our health assessment tool, we combined and edited two existing health assessment tools by the National Institute for Children's Health Quality and by the Park Nicolet Institute. Our health assessment tool included two multiple-choice questions that allowed us to get a better understanding of the participants' health status and willingness to change lifestyle choices by analyzing five components that met Gordon's functional health patterns, which are physical fitness, nutrition, health beliefs and lifestyle, sleep-rest pattern, and self-perception. After collecting our data, our results indicated that all participants present a sedentary lifestyle, demonstrated by the questions that address their time spent using electronics. And although 60% of participants answered that they engage in physical activity every day, we concluded that there is willingness to make healthier choices, but the fact that the health assessment provides subjective data is a limitation, which could be addressed by including height and weight measurements. In conclusion, our health assessment tool demonstrates that an intervention addressing physical activity could be beneficial in our target population.
The after-school Fit Friends program is designed to be an all-inclusive mentor-mentee program with food, water, tennis shoes, and transportation provided for participants. We have budgeted for 30 participants, 10 high school mentors, and up to 20 younger mentees. This means that one mentor will be paired with one or two mentees. Mentors will meet with their mentees 3 times a week after school, dedicating 30 minutes on health education, 1 hour involving participation in some form of physical activity, and 30 minutes spent on cleanup, stretching, and summarizing the day's education and activity. To encourage active participation till the end, there will be a special event or field trip for the participants that complete 80% of the course. This event will likely be a training session day with a local famous athlete. The best part of this program is that the program will be led by high school peers with professional adult oversight. The curriculum would be selected by adults and peer mentor training would be completed prior to program start date. Also, during the education and physical activity, mentors will be able to individualize these portions based on the learning styles, likes, and dislikes of their mentees to make the program more enjoyable for participants. Studies have shown that peer-led interventions are successful for this age group as teens spend more time away from family and friends influence one's behavior and interactions. Peer approval is important. The need for such an intervention as this and such a program as this cannot be overemphasized. Increased activity has numerous benefits, besides reducing the risk of chronic diseases such as obesity, hypertension, diabetes, type 2, and certain cancers and osteoporosis. Increasing adolescent activity will improve memory and concentration, resulting in better school performance. According to the National Center of Education Statistics, only 3% of children are homeschooled. With the majority of children getting education outside of the home, schools are still the vehicle to facilitate education and model healthy habits, setting the next generation up for success and lifelong healthy behavior. The Fit Friends program proposed implements components of social cognitive theory and focuses on the emotional and mental attributes that affect why individuals make changes. Social cognitive theory considers that one's thought process is what affects behavior and what will affect a change in that behavior. A person's attitude and beliefs determine whether a person will deviate their behavior from what they already know to doing something new. For adolescents, change can be influenced by their belief in their ability to change. if the change will be accepted by their peers, and if there is opportunity for change. By providing the adolescents with the means, education, and support, both emotionally and mentally, adolescents will begin to believe in themselves and make necessary changes.
Implementing programs in the school environment requires buy-in from multiple community and school members. A program that includes a strong curriculum and a clear course of action will increase our ability to convince schools and parents to want us to start this pilot program. The key steps for our implementation process include program development, identifying the school, marketing, and a thorough application process. A key part for our plan development process includes purchasing an evidence-based curriculum that is focused on increasing activity and another one that is designed to develop effective mentors. The next step after developing the program is to identify the school. We chose to focus our intervention on Title I schools because they have higher percentage of impoverished students and often have fewer resources. Additional criteria that we included for deciding on the school was whether or not the area surrounding it promoted safe walking. After choosing the school, we will set up a meeting with the principal and key staff members to review our plan and ask for permission to initiate the program. Once this occurs, we can then begin the recruitment process through marketing of using brochures and posters scattered in the school and sent home to parents. We will also present to students and parents, giving them an overview of the program and the curriculum. After receiving applications, we will thoroughly interview students who want to become mentors. We decided that for the pilot program, we will choose 10 mentors who will each have 2 mentees for a total of 30 students. After the students are selected, we will then begin our program. The initial startup costs shown in the first column include acquiring school staff members to help coordinate the after-school activity and monitor the mentoring sessions, the curriculum for both the exercise program and the mentoring lessons, basic school supplies for the mentoring sessions, and marketing costs including the purchase of brochures and posters. The next large purchases shown in the month of November and January are transportation. Students' attendance to the program is key to its success, so we are providing a way for students to get home. The first cost is $1,500 because this is the mentor training time and they represent a smaller amount of students and therefore a smaller bus. Once the program starts, we will need to contract a larger bus that can accommodate all 30 students, which is why there is a second cost of approximately $3,000. We decided to supply students with tennis shoes, which accounts for the $2,000 shown here, to ensure that all of them were appropriately attired for the activity session. Funding the program throughout the year will be relatively inexpensive because the school provides meeting spaces for free. The budget line designated for snacks is meant to provide students with healthy snacks and hydration to help reinforce the lessons that they learn at the beginning. At the conclusion of the program, we will have a final celebration for students who attended at least 80% of our meetings. This celebration will require the use of a chartered bus, and we will need to provide lunch and snacks and also prizes at the end.
My name is Kelsey, and I'm going to talk about the learning outcomes. The primary outcome for our intervention is to determine if participants increased the amount of physical activity and they were aligned with the federal physical activity standards. This will be measured both subjectively and objectively to increase the accuracy of the results. Objectively, it'll be measured by participants' attendance at mentor-mentee sessions. It will be subjectively measured by asking participants in the pre- and post-surveys to self-report the amount of physical activity that they get in minutes per week. The results of the pre- and post-survey will be compared to see if the amount of physical activity increased as a result of the intervention. In the pre- and post-surveys, we will also look at if participants learned about and gained a better understanding of the benefits of physical activity, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all and 10 being very much, if they report that after the program they are more willing to participate in physical activity and that they enjoy participating in physical activity more. The post-survey will also include a space for the participants to report if they have any barriers to participating in the program and if they have any suggestions to make the changes to the program so that it can be improved in the future. Our timeline for implementation is as follows. In September and October, we will be planning and recruiting. As Danielle previously mentioned, this will include identifying a Title I school, developing the curriculum, and developing posters and brochures to advertise the program. During this time, we will also be recruiting both mentor and mentee participants. This will be done by using the brochures and posters that were developed, an application process, and speaking to teachers to identify suitable mentors. Then in November and December, we will be training the mentors. As Danielle mentioned, this will include classroom sessions that will include characteristics and strategies for how to be an effective mentor, as well as taking over a PE class for teaching physical exercise programs. Then in January to June, we will be carrying out the intervention. The mentors and mentees will meet 3 times a week for education, physical activity, and stretching and debriefing, as Sarah Yee previously mentioned. Then in June to August, during summer break, we will be evaluating the effectiveness of the intervention by reviewing the attendance records, self-reports of physical activity, and the pre- and post surveys to determine the success of the program, and then identify any changes or improvements that can be made to the program in the future.
This is Carol, and I'm going to talk to you about strategies for sustainment. Our leaders are thinking about sustainability from the onset of the program, including the development phase. We are incorporating strategies into operations to reach a broad base of funding opportunities, build awareness throughout the community, and develop relationships with key fundraisers and donors. Our program leaders will identify and become familiar with federal, state, and local funding sources. For example, we plan to apply for funds from the National School Lunch Program and the At-Risk After Schools Meal Program to provide our after-school snacks during program hours. We are building partnerships to increase our visibility, use existing resources, and gain support. Potential partners include local businesses, parks and recreation departments, the education community, and of course our current relationship with DRHA. We aim to include our first round of mentors and mentees as partners in the second year of the program. One of our efforts includes sustaining the program with returning students filling the role of mentor after they have been a mentee in the previous year. We also aim to partner with a professional sports team that is interested in promoting health and fitness among youth. Awareness increases through the use of a social media page highlighting the activities and experiences of our participants. We can reach out to prospective members and keep students and parents up to date on current activities. Chances are high that the school currently has a Facebook page, and we should consider linking into their platform to reach our targeted audience and sustain our initiative. With the building of relationships, partnerships, and increased interest in the community, we are looking forward to an engaged audience and investment from leaders. In evaluating the process of our program, we need to determine whether the program was implemented as we initially intended. Reviewing activities and output periodically throughout the life of the program strengthens our ability to report on program and improve any future efforts. Process evaluations aim to provide insight on the needs of the participants and any barriers that we may encounter. For example, we will continually track our attendance, and if it is in decline, figure out why. The goal of the debriefing time with the students at the end of each session aims to find what is working for the targeted group and what is not working. Are they enjoying the activities, or are they becoming bored? Continual evaluation will allow us to alter the program as necessary before attendance declines. We will also determine how much school transportation is utilized and adjust for more or less based on feedback. Techniques to be used include participant observation, content analysis, situational analysis, and interviews during debrief. The CDC states that one of several factors responsible for the increase in childhood obesity rates is physical activity behaviors. In 2016, over 20% of adolescents were obese. After-school programs offer a promising approach to increasing physical activity time and improving the health of children in our communities. The after-school program will assist adolescents with where they are currently in their health knowledge and journey. They don't need to be already fit or active, but willing to open up to change. This convenient program will take some burden off of the parents and empower teens to assist each other in achieving health goals. The mentors can also individualize the program based on the fitness level and likes of their mentees to make the program more enjoyable for everyone. This will facilitate self-efficacy in both the mentor and mentee for future progression to healthier lifestyles. Benefits of program is that future mentors for subsequent years can be recruited from previous participants. Cost of the program can help reduce risk of chronic diseases, thus affecting future medical costs to families and communities. Physical activity is an essential component of a healthy lifestyle, and our comprehensive program, Fit Friends, is dedicated to reducing childhood obesity rates to ensure a healthy future for our children.